Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Coming at you, I'm Sam Perry. Joining me today is Mr. Gary Farrell of Ag Enterprises. Hello, Gary.
Good morning.
Awesome. We'll get right into Mr. Farrell's life about ag and right after this.
What? You haven't been to the library lately? Stop in today and see that the library is more than books. Spokane County Library District facilities feature on-site technology, including Wi-Fi, computers, and printers, as well as free use of meeting rooms. The Library District offers events and programs for all ages, from story times to career development and employer classes to Social Security workshops. Our staff is well trained and happy to help. Find out more about your library at scld.org.
Welcome to Tom Sawyer Country Coffee.
Tom Sawyer Country Coffee only roasts the finest organic coffee for our signature blends. Enjoy a cup at our coffee shop and local businesses and organizations across the region.
I'm Tom Sawyer and we choose the Pacific Northwest.
You're listening to the music of 68-year-old Spokane singer-songwriter Tim Brummel.
I was 10 years old when I wrote my first song.
Tim's new 5-song EP is available on iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and many more sites.
They were dancing and smiling.
Tim and his music is a success story for Spokane, and we want Spokane to hear hometown boy Tim's music.
At the table, as if the sun.
Awesome. Welcome back. Here with Mr. Gary Farrell of Ag Enterprises. Gary, you've been on the Pulse before when we were at our former location. What has Ag been up since then?
Well, it's been an interesting year, Sam, to say the least, with the COVID situation and the weather situation with our business and agriculture. Everything we do is pretty much dependent on the weather. So we had a good start to our season. The COVID issue was a hurdle, to say the least, to work around. Caused some situations with our supply chain providers and, of course, keeping employees healthy, and it's been a bit of a challenge, but we've made it through the season, and here we are. The sun comes out from behind the dark cloud, and we're looking for a bright day.
Good. I'm interested. How did you handle those challenges that came about during the pandemic?
It's just one of those things. You just have to hunker down and do what you know to be best. You have to be proactive instead of reactive, in my book. And the safety of my employees was first and foremost. Our customers, the farm community, of course, we deal with them on a day-to-day basis, and so we were very cautious in how we were handling their needs at the same time, trying to provide them as we always have. It's just one of those things. You just do what you have to do to get through it and not let it beat you down. And I think, if you maintain a positive attitude, you can do almost anything. So that's what we've tried to maintain and get the job done as best we could. And it seemingly has worked out quite well to this point.
Good. And correct me if I'm wrong, I heard that the industry as a whole kind of actually improved during the COVID.
I think in some areas, yes. Our market area is the dryland farm market in eastern Washington and up through the Wilbur country and into the north central region. And we've had an excellent year. All things said, I find it amazing to be in the position we are. So the farm community is hunkered down. Of course, they do what they always do, and that's try to beat Mother Nature, get their crops planted in a timely manner, and do what it takes to produce a crop and reap the rewards come harvest. So, yeah, we've been very fortunate, I think, in the grand scale of things.
All right, good. And interested, you said everything's dependent on the weather. This week, 100-plus week, all 8-9 days of it. How does that affect business? How does that affect farmers?
Well, the drought that we're experiencing this year is probably second in relationship to the drought of 1977, which before your time, obviously, but it was a tough time. This year, we're kind of looking at the same situation. We've not had enough moisture to produce the crops that we've been able to produce the last 10 years. So going into this drought has been tough. The winter crops seemingly are handling it a little better than the crops we planted this spring. Because of the lack of moisture and the heat, it's just really been devastating to some of those areas of production. But there again, it's always Mother Nature dictates what we get to harvest at the end of the cycle, and so it's this heat is going to be really tough and take its toll on some of the crops. We're fortunate that our farm customers are the ones that are direct seeding, unlike the past generations that are conventionally tilling their soils. So our crops are withstanding the heat much better than the others that are still in that conventional tillage mode. So, we'll have to take what we get. We have no choice at this point, but the heat has not been good to our crops.
Understandable. But again, it just takes those people who are really passionate about the job, passionate about improvement to really see it get better.
Yeah, exactly. And we're very blessed to have that type of customer base. They're the innovative group of people. They're willing to try new and different things and trying to increase their crop productivity, maintain their expenses at a reasonable level, and trying to just work their way through it as they always do. They realize the last few years they've been exceptionally good and they've done relatively well, and the majority of them have put away some money for this type of an event, knowing that it doesn't always last forever. So.
Why is ag and what ag does helping others with their trade? Why is that important to you?
Well, I guess two things in my heart. One is we have to provide a food base for the population. So the growing of food and providing that to the population is very near and dear to my heart. The other thing is, as I was taught as a youngster, was being a good steward of the land, to helping, to take care of the soil that we farm, knowing that it's a limited commodity. It's not something that can be replaced. It also can't be abused. And so we need to find new and different ways of maintaining the soil health that our farm community relies on for their livelihood, and we rely on for producing food to feed our nation.
It's not something that the general population thinks about, but it's still so important.
No.
It affects everyone.
Yeah, Sam, unfortunately, today the general population just thinks all their food comes from Safeways or Rosars or somewhere, and it's unfortunate that they don't know the backstory of where that food actually is produced and where it comes from. But we have, as a industry, have been trying to work to improve our image and get the word out into the general public more so that they are more aware is what we do.
An important job. It is. Tell me about the organization you're a part of, Wishing Star.
Well, the Wishing Star Foundation is a group that I've been able to be blessed with a position on the board of directors as a trustee. It's very near and dear to my heart. I love giving back to the community, and the Wishing Star Group is one that works with health challenged children, and not only the children in terms of giving them opportunities to go on an event or have an event that brings them some relief from whatever issue it is they're fighting, but it also provides a service to the parents as well. We think of the kids having difficult times, but then when you look down the road and you see what the parents are dealing with in regards to that and how hard that is, we've been very fortunate to be able to expand our group into providing services and maintaining a relationship, not only with the children that we support, but with the parents as well. Whether it comes in terms of an end-of-life situation, we continue to work with them and support them and do what we can for them. So it's just one way to give back.
Good. What kind of services does Wishing Star provide?
They are able to give wishes to the kids. We take them in, and we look at what their requests are. Some kids want to go on a trip. Let's say they want to go to Disney World. We'll do everything in our power to put the trip together, pay their expenses, and do whatever. We had a young person that was a quadriplegic that wanted a motorized wheelchair that he could go out and go with his family in the woods and be a part of life and not have to sit on the sideline. We were able to raise the funds to help purchase that, along with, we had some support from one of the other groups, and gosh darn, I can't think of the name now, which is terrible. But anyway, those types of things. So whether it's one girl wanted to be a ninja warrior, and Sandy Zimmerman here in Spokane, who's been on the Ninja Warrior show, at our request, jumped in and made it work. And so they put together a Ninja Warrior gym in this young lady's backyard for her to participate in. She had the group from the TV show actually came and filmed it and made it a part of their event too. So it's really fulfilling to see, what people are willing to do and help these kids that are in need of encouragement or something, just to bring them some fulfillment other than dealing with their issues.
It's really special, especially I think when you do it one child at a time, you can see that the impact start to finish that Wishing Star has. It's very important.
Yeah, Salmon, we've been very blessed to have we have a new executive director, and we have a staff that's just beyond our hopes of getting out there and helping to generate revenue, which is not an easy thing to do in this COVID world. We rely on donations, as all of the other nonprofits do. So it gets to be a bit of a challenge in how do we raise enough funds to be able to provide the needs for these kids. We try to limit it to a $5,000 expense on their part. So I think this year to date, we've been able to do almost 30 different WISH grants.
Amazing.
And we have at least another 30 on the books to try to provide. So, we have several events throughout the course of the year to try and generate revenue. The last one we just had was our goating, where we take the baby goats out and visit people to generate donations. And I think we were able to come up with, I think this year just short of $75,000.
Incredible.
That this generous community put forth.
Yeah.
It was really unexpected. I mean, in this situation, we've not been through this before. We didn't know what to expect. Last year we did a virtual goat thing and to try and maintain our position out there, and it did relatively well, but it just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
So this year was quite successful.
That's awesome. When is the next event? When's the next event that people can go to?
Oh, I believe it's coming in the fall. And I feel bad, I should know exactly, but I'm not sure. It's our Taste Spokane event, which will be on our website. If people would like to find out and see what goes on at Wishing Star, if they just go on to the wishingstar.org website, you can get all the information and see what we're all about. And, if they feel the need to want to volunteer at any point in time, we're always looking for people to step up and help out in our causes. So that would be awesome too.
Good. And people can donate on the website as well?
Absolutely. Yes, we have a spot on there for one-time donations. We also have a monthly giving program where you can sign up and you can make a monthly donation of whatever dollar amount you choose, whether it's $1, $5, or $100, doesn't matter. You add it up at the end of the day, and we get enough people donating that way. It really can make a difference.
Fantastic. Mr. Farrell, thank you for joining us today on The Pulse.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here.
We appreciate you coming in. Everyone, Mr. Gary Farrell with Wishing Star. Look him up, donate, volunteer. This is awesome organization. This has been The Pulse. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Sam Perry.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.